So question 7 now. I can see that I've got a table here and there's some information here. So the table shows information about the amount of time that each member of a group of 46 teenagers spent on social media during one day. Okay, so this is of a group of 46 teenagers. Okay, so I'm expecting this to add up to 46, the frequency. Okay, and I've got the time spent in minutes, 0 to 50, and then all the way up to 200 to 300, okay? Notice that these widths of the groups are not even, because this is 50, this is 50, this is 50, this is 50, and this is 100, okay? It says here, use linear interpolation to find an estimate of the median time spent on social media by the 46 teenagers. Okay, so if there are 46 teenagers, we're going to split that, and we're going to find what the middle number is. So 46 and half of 46 would be 23. Okay, so we want to go to the 23rd position. Okay, now this is an even number, but it's okay. 46 is fine, and if we go to 23, that will be fine. Okay, so we need to know where the 23 is if I start here and work my way down. Okay, so the first person is there. The next 4 people are here. I'm up to 5 people. Okay, or you can make a cumulative frequency here if you like. Okay, so I'm up to 5 people here. Then the next 8 people are up to here, so that's 5 add 8 is 13 people, okay? So I'm up to 13 people, but I need to get to 23, okay? I need another 10 more. The next 17 are here, so that takes me from 13 all the way up to 30, so it passes 23. And 23 happens to be 10 into this 17. So remember I was on 13 here, and I needed 10 more, so I need to go 10 into this here. So I'm thinking of a fraction that is 10 over 17, and I need to think about this width. Okay, so 10 over 17 of this width, and I'm going to add it onto the 150, because remember I was counting from lowest going up. So 10 over 17 of this width will be added to 150 to get this median here. The next question says the average person will spend approximately, so notice here it said the average person, and here it was about 46 teenagers. So the average person will spend approximately 116 minutes on social media each day. Compare the amount of time on social media by the 46 teenagers with the amount of time spent on social media by the average person. So if we're going to compare, really the main thing is we should say which is more or which is less. Okay, so it could be that the value that you find here, this median value, okay, might be more or less than this, and you just interpret that in context. Okay, so the next part of the question goes like this. So it says the table below gives the mean, the standard deviation, and the median for the time spent on social media during one day by a sample of 60-year-olds. And we've got the mean in minutes, standard deviation here, and median here. We need to calculate the skew of the time spent on social media by the sample of 60-year-olds. So we just need to find the skew using this data. Now I've copied here the formula page, and we do have a formula for skew given to us here. So the skew is equal to, the fraction is 3 times mean takeaway median at the top and standard deviation at the bottom. So you need to use this formula to find the value for this. Then you have to interpret your answer to part B. So if you're going to interpret that, you have to say whether or not you have a positive skew, symmetrical distribution, or negative skew. Now remember, if it's a positive skew, the mean would be to the right of the median. Okay, so mean would be to the right of the median. It would be a little bit like this. So something like this would be positive skew. Okay, and then something like this would be negative skew. Okay, and in a positive skew, the mean would be somewhere here, and the median would be on this side. And that does make sense, because mean takeaway median needs to be positive to make this positive here. Okay, so mean would be somewhere around here, median would be there. So what you can say about that is more than half of the people are below the mean. Okay, so if it's a positive skew, more than half of the people, or most people, are below the mean. Okay. So in this case, it will be minutes of whatever the context is here, okay? And if it was a negative skew, the mean would be somewhere around here, the median would be somewhere around here, okay? And that would mean that most of the people, or more than half of the people, because remember median is the halfway point, more than half of the people are above the mean. Okay, so if it's a negative skew, more than half of the people will be above the mean, and if it's a positive skew, more than half of the people will be below the mean. And you have to sort of interpret that in context, in terms of minutes and whatever it's looking at, okay, statistically. So this was about social media.